something, I feel are important and something, that is happening that are really pressing that I want to talk about. Well, first thing, and to me, this is the one that I wouldn't say concerns me more, but it's kind of more disturbing. Now, this one is going to be out of Washington, D.C. Now, I'm sure most of y'all have heard about what's supposed to be happening on Saturday the 18th. Now, whatever happens there happens there. If people show up, they show up. Proud Boys have already said they're not showing up because they are, this is not the time for them. Their people are going to be arrested. People are going to be hurt if they show up. So there's no point in them showing up. And I respect that. I really do. I respect that a lot. Now, over 600 people have been arrested since January 6th on the Capitol. Now, to me, that is a very disturbing, right? 600 people. So, you're telling me out of everybody over the summer, there was nowhere near 600 people arrested. Not even close to 600 people. I don't even think it was 200 that were arrested, alright? Police were told to stand down, told not to do their job, told to back off, told them it was a peaceful protest. But yet there are cop cars burning, buildings burning, cops being shot, cops being run over, multiple people stabbed, multiple people run over. Alright? Yeah, cops were told to stand down. Alright? So, when a protest happens and the police were already firing tear gas to start with before anything even happened, but the Capitol gets stormed, alright? But that, 600 people arrested. Alright, so to me, that shows a lack of leadership, alright? It shows what they want. They're getting what they want. The government is getting what they want. People are divided. Alright, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. People are divided. And until the government actually comes in, gets it under control, stops it, and we're gonna get more divided. Alright, they started with race, they started with, COVID 19 next, then it take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine, take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine. Alright, so everybody is just very divided right now. And, you know, I, you can't really blame them because you got the government dividing everybody. That's all it is. They're literally saying, if you're not vaccinated, you're part of the problem. If you're white, you're part of the problem. If you're black, you're part of the problem. That they're getting what they want, and people are so stupid, and they're not waking up to realize that that's what the government wants. They want us to be divided. They want us to be separate. They don't want us to be around people. They don't want us to be talking about this kind of stuff because they know that they cannot take us all together at once. Alright? But again, 600 people arrested over the Capitol. What happened there? There weren't even 600 people inside the building at that point. So I don't know how the 600 people arrested. And like I said before, you know, over the summer, I don't even think there were 200 people arrested, where cops were getting gunned down in the streets, cops were getting run over, cops were being shot, stabbed, whatever the case may be. All that was happening. And like I said, I don't even think 200 people were arrested there. Alright? And I could talk about this for days. Alright? Now, next story, which I can talk about this for days also, alright? Now, the Moderna vaccine, alright? They've come out today. They have said those vaccinated last year twice more likely to get COVID 19 than those jabbed recently. Alright, so just the way they worded that in general is concerning to me. Alright? Now, they released a set of data which suggests that COVID 19 vaccine is effective in preventing serious health issues or death from variants are concerned by admitting that efficiency decreases over time, such as those who received the vaccine last year were twice more likely to contract a breakthrough case of the coronavirus disease. According to data which Moderna released Wednesday, a study shows lower risk of breakthrough infection and participants vaccinated more recently. more than 8 months after first dose. Those Denver doses vaccinated last year, 13 months after first dose. Alright, so Moderna trial conducted over the summer labeled Phase 3 COVID study revealed that 88 breakthrough cases of COVID-19 occurred in the more recently vaccinated group. Of course it did. 49 cases per 1,000 person years compared to 162 cases in the group vaccinated last year, 77.1 cases per 1,000 person each year. Now, I will say this, when you take the vaccine of any kind, it don't matter if it's a flu, COVID-19, chickenpox, shingles, whatever the case may be. All right, 9 times out of 10, and from what I know, you are going to get a little bit of the virus inside of you. You're going to get a little strand or a part of it inside of you. All right, and that's why some people feel bad, for a few days after taking the shot. And that's just how you fight it. All right, your body's like, okay, well, there's part of this in here. Let's go ahead and fight this, and it makes it less likely to get the shot, and your body already knows how to fight it. So that to me, that's just any kind of shot. That's not just COVID-19. So your body's gonna get any kind of shot you get, any kind of vaccine. You're gonna have part of that inside of you. The problem with COVID-19 is, people have said so many things. People are dying from it. You shouldn't die from a vaccine. When you have so many people dying, vaccinated people dying, when you have so many people vaccinated getting the shot and having serious symptoms from COVID-19 or have to miss weeks of work because they feel so bad, that's not supposed to happen. Like at the most, you feel bad for like a day, maybe 2 or 3 at the tops, 3 at the tops. But most people it's 1 to 2. And that's fine that you bad those first 2 days because that's bound to happen, alright? But people dying from it is unreal. And the fact that you have to take a shot after shot after shot after shot after shot every single time, that is not feasible to take a shot every 6 months, alright? All you're doing is basically putting yourself in more danger. The more you take that shot, the bigger and more chance you have of contracting COVID-19, or if you don't contract COVID-19, the better chance you have of having some kind of serious complications from it. And again, I can talk about this for days upon days upon days. Alright. Now 2 other things that I want to cover. Like I said, like I told y'all yesterday, I'll talk about Larry Elders, Gavin Newsom thing going on, and Alex Murdaugh. Now, as far as Gavin Newsom and Larry Elders go, a lot of people are asking, did Larry Elders cost the election? Did Gavin Newsom get a free win? I don't think so. Republicans obviously didn't have a chance to begin with. That's just how it is. Being a black person in California and running as a Republican, your chances there are going to be cut anyways as far as winning. You're not going to have a huge chance. Now, he was winning in the polls. Larry Elders was winning in the polls. Alright? Now, do I believe that poll is right? I have no clue. Alright? People are calling election fraud and all this. Alright? I didn't watch the election. Alright? One, it doesn't really apply to me. I don't live in California. Now, then Gavin Newsom or anybody better than Gavin Newsom? Yeah, of course, alright? At the same time, while Larry Elders was a better candidate than Gavin Newsom, obviously, do I think that Larry Elders would be the perfect candidate? No, I don't. Again, when he was on Fox News, he was always going back and forth with people or somewhere. So, I don't think he'd be the perfect candidate, but, it would been a start. It would have been better than Gavin Newsom. But the election is what it is, And some of the things that did happen is kind of concerning, like his security team was assaulted. He was assaulted. And, there was nothing said about that. Exactly, Lovebird. There's no point in taking it if you're still going to get it. And that's why I try to stress to people, there's no point in taking something if you're still going to die from it or get serious side effects from it. It's kind of like the whole mask thing. It doesn't really make that much sense to me. But you know, that's the government for you. They don't want to tell you anything. They just want you to do it, but they won't do the same thing. And all these people talking about, well, they got the shot, they got the shot. We don't know what they got. There have been people that have been injected with saline. There have been people that have gotten multiple shots or multiple doses of COVID-19 and they weren't even told. There's been people that have gotten nothing at all, so you don't know what you're getting. There are literally grocery stores trying to force COVID-19 vaccines. Walmart is literally having a COVID-19 vaccine site inside the store, at least in my state, the one I go to, which to me I think is very disturbing that Walmart has a vaccination site. So we don't know who these people are giving the shot. We don't know where they got the shot from, and the shot's supposed to be kept like negative like 20 degrees. So where are you all keeping this at? Like they literally tore out a restaurant inside of Walmart to put a vaccination site there. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's all, like I said earlier, it's all to divide us even more. But as far as the elders, I don't think he necessarily cost himself the election. Do I think, Gavin Newsom got enough votes to keep him in? Probably. It's California. They've been under Democratic leadership for so long that they don't know what else to go for. It's going to be hard to get Republican into California. Now, with the midterms coming up in 2022, midterm elections, I do feel like there will be more Republicans running, and I feel like Republicans will have a better chance of actually overturning these areas. Especially some high profile areas will be overturned in the midterm elections, but we'll see. That's still a long ways out. There's still a lot of time for Republicans to screw up something, make us look bad. Time for Democrats to screw up something and make them look bad. So it's all a waiting game. But as far as election fraud here, I don't really think that's the case. But like I said, there were things that were concerning. His security team was assaulted. He was assaulted. Nothing was said about it on the media. Nobody came out and said anything about it. Nobody's made any arrests on it. Nobody's done any continuation onto it. And to me, that makes no sense. Something should be said about that also. Because I guarantee you, if Gavin Newsom was assaulted or his security team was assaulted, it would be all over the media right now. That's just how it is. Alright. But as far as that goes, I don't think he cost himself the race is just one of those things where he didn't win. Now, as far as Alex Murdaugh goes, alright, so everybody, whether you're in South Carolina or not, already knows who I'm talking about, even if you don't live in South Carolina. But if you do, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. Alright, so there's still a lot of information that's not coming out about this case. There's still a lot of questions unanswered, but there is a lot more coming out. Now, Alex Murdaugh will be arrested. Alright, he is turning himself in tomorrow, or be today now. He is turning himself in on Thursday. Now, he was a prominent South Carolina legal lawyer. His family was very prominent. They were well known in the community, alright? Now, he tried to have himself killed, so his son could inherit $10 million. Now, from what I know, he has 2 sons and a wife. Now, it's unclear who killed them, alright? I'm not sure if it's the same person that tried to kill him or whatnot. But he actually hired a hitman to kill him. Now, for hundreds of years, so this is going on before him, or before he was even born. This got passed on to him, alright? Now, they have ruled South Carolina's 14th Judicial Circuit, which includes Beaufort, Colton, Hampton, Allendale, and Jasper County. So they have a huge area, where they work, which explains so much money that they have, alright? Now, until very recently, 53-year-old Alex Murdaugh served as a part-time prosecutor for the 14th Judicial Circuit and was a great partner in the law firm by his great-grandfather in Hampton more than 100 years ago. Alex's father, Randolph Murdaugh III, was also a 14th Circuit solicitor. They were both prosecutors for Allendale, Beaufort, Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties before that. Now, in 2019, Alex youngest son, the 20-year-old Paul Martin, was charged with 3 felonies in connection with the death of 19-year-old Marlo Beach after she was thrown from a boat that crashed while Paul was allegedly piloting it under the influence after the day of drinking and partying with older family members. Family's promise and legal connections raised questions at the Beach death. And again, they've had a lot of problems. This is not the first time that something's came up with them. There's been people talking about, they've been corrupt, they haven't paid people the money that they're supposed to be paid for winning legal cases. There's been a lot of talk about corruption there. It's just now all coming to light after this. Alright. So, the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office asked to be reaccused from the investigation due to his long-standing relationship with Paul's grandfather. Beach filed a wrongful death lawsuit in March of 2019 against a convenience store. Alex Murder and his oldest son, Richard Alexander Buster Murder Jr., for serving alcohol to underage people. Which, I don't doubt it. They probably did. A month later, Paul was indicted for boating under the influence causing death and 2 counts boating under the influence causing great bodily injury. Alright, but in the end, none of that mattered. All charges against Paul were dismissed. Which, inside the judicial system, inside the court system, if you have money, that's going to talk. Alright, if you know people, it talks. If you have money, it talks. Which is sad to say, but that's just how it is. And that's why he got all these charges dropped. Again, he was under the influence causing death, and 2 counts of boating under the influence causing great bodily injury. So he killed 1 person, seriously injured 2 other people, supplied alcohol to underage people, and nothing happened. Now, like I said, a month later, he was indicted for boating under the influence. Alex found his wife and son's body in the yard, called 911, who told police he wasn't there at the time of the murders. Law enforcement was also told the Island Packet that Paul was shot in the upper body and head by a shotgun. Source told us investigators believe his mother was killed by a semi-automatic rifle. Now, like I said, all this was unclear. It's still a big mystery on who did it, why, if it's the same person that tried to kill him, which to me doesn't make sense at all. It just doesn't make sense that you hire somebody to kill you, alright? But they take out your family? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But, I mean, it very well could be the same person, and there could just be a big key to try and throw it off. Now, Alex's father, Randolph, died 2 days after his grandson, Don Law, were murdered. Now, things further unraveled on Labor Day weekend when Alex called 911 at 1:34 p.m. with September 4th, claiming he had been shot while changing his tire on the side of the road in Hampton County. Alex told the police he had been shot by a man in a blue pickup truck. Now, he was hit. It was just a grazed wound he had, so it was just a superficial wound. Nothing too serious, which, if you're paying some man hundreds of thousands of dollars and he just missed you and didn't kill you from a gunshot, I don't know how he missed that. Now, 2 days later, Alex was released from the hospital and announced he was going into drug rehab, which raised a lot of attention for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh my god, his wife and son got shot. But none was ever heard from him. Which, to me, I didn't even think nothing about it. Alright. Then, month goes by, he was shot. It just seems strange. And everybody was like, oh, well, oh my god, somebody's out targeting him. Honestly, and that's what it seemed like at first. Until all this came out. Now, like I said, he was going into drug rehab for drugs. And had resigned from his family's legacy law firm. It turned out that Alex had been confronted by his law partners a day earlier over what sources have said was millions of dollars in missing money. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about him and the whole law firm being accused of not paying money to settlement victims or cases that they have won. The people were not getting the money that they were supposed to be getting. And to me, I think that that's the biggest reason he paid this man to kill him so he would not have to face legal troubles. And like I said, he might have had drug problems, alright? But he probably paid this man to kill him anyways, because he had legal troubles. Now, it's still a big mystery who killed his family, who killed his son and his wife. That's a big question that a lot of people are missing. Now, law firm confirmed that Alex Murdaugh had resigned after it was discovered that he had missed inappropriate funds, like I've been saying. PM said in a statement that it was bringing in a forensic accounting team to investigate the alleged theft and said that they would deal with it in a straightforward manner. Firm also said it reported its former partner at South Carolina Bar. Now, September 8th, South Carolina Supreme Court suspended Alex Law's license effective immediately, which, you got all this going on. It needs to be suspended, alright? 5 days later, Sled announced it was investigating claims that Alex had stolen money from his law firm. Now, I don't necessarily think he stole money from his law firm. I don't think that. I also just think that he was not paying money to settlement victims, and he was just keeping money away from them. Now, on Tuesday, Sled arrested 61-year-old Curtis Edward Smith in connection with the shooting of Alex Murdaugh. Smith's charges include assisted suicide, assault, and battery of a high and vague nature, pointing and presenting a firearm, insurance fraud, and conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. Authorities said that Alex had hired Smith to kill him, so that his surviving son, Buster, could collect a $10 million life insurance policy. Alright, now officials said that Alex admitted to the scheme, which to me is, crazy that you went through all this and then you just admit to it. Now, attorneys for Alex said they have been battling an opioid addiction for more than 20 years, and the man who shot him was once one of his drug dealers, which to me is kind of concerning too. Alright, so, again, it's still unclear who killed his family, whether it is the man who tried to kill him, or whatever the case may be. That is still to be seen. I'm interested to see. There's no other suspects right now. There's no persons of interest or anything. So, it would lead you to believe that it's him, right? But how do you go 2 months without getting caught? Like, this man literally went and killed 2 people inside a prominent lawyer's house. He didn't get caught or anything. And to me, that's, concerning, that he wasn't caught. But it also doesn't really make sense that he wasn't caught either. But, we'll see how it all plays out. It should be interesting to see how it plays out. But if any more information available on that, I'll definitely bring that to y'all. Now, like I said, this is going to be a quick live stream. Just want to talk about a couple things. But as always, thank y'all for watching. I will try to do another live stream here soon. But as always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.